Tonight, I'm going to show you everything you need to make second chance bars. Stick around. Greetings, my confectionery compadres, and welcome to Randy Makes Candy, where I help you make tasty treats that people love to eat. This is a kind of special episode, so I figured I'd make something that's been on my list for quite a while. One of my absolute favorite candy bars, the Baby Ruth. I found a recipe online by someone who I trust when it comes to this sort of thing, and I got to work. There was one part of the recipe that I questioned, but I figured, hey, this guy knows his stuff, so I went with it. And it didn't work. In fact, it was catastrophically inedible. This was last night at 9 o'clock, and while I had an idea that I thought could rescue the recipe, I didn't have time to implement it. So I took the filling, which was still perfectly good, and repurposed it into what we're making tonight, hence the name of the candy. Let's see if it works. As always, I'd love to hear about your results if you decide to make your own second chance bars, as well as suggestions for other recipes you'd like to see in future videos. For this recipe, I used 1/4 cup of whole milk, 5 caramels, 1 tablespoon of light corn syrup, 1 teaspoon of butter, 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla, 1/8 teaspoon of salt, 1 1/4 cups of powdered sugar, some chunky peanut butter, and some milk chocolate melting wafers. I also used a saucepan, a spatula, a thermometer, a mixing bowl and mixer, a cutting board lined with parchment, and a couple of precision dipping tools. Earlier, I mentioned that this is a special episode. Well, compadres, we're marking the 5th anniversary of Randy Makes Candy, 5 years. Without you and your support, there's no way I would have lasted this long, so thank you from the bottom of my candy-loving heart. Okay, let's make some candy. Combine the first 6 ingredients on the list in a small saucepan over medium heat, stirring frequently. When the caramels are melted and the mixture is smooth, add 3/4 cup of powdered sugar and stir until combined. Once the mixture starts to boil, insert a candy thermometer and continue cooking, stirring frequently until the temperature reaches 230 degrees, adjusted for altitude. Remove the pan from the heat and transfer it to a mixing bowl. Add the remaining half cup of powdered sugar, then use a hand mixer starting on low speed to combine. Increase to high speed and keep mixing until the candy cools and thickens. Take about a teaspoon of the mixture and form it into a cylinder. Place it on a lined cutting board, then repeat with the rest of the mixture. Leave them on the counter for an hour or two to firm up. Press each piece flat, then cut it in half. Spread a little peanut butter on one half, then top it with the other half, making a little sandwich. Repeat with the remaining pieces, then put them in the refrigerator for about 10 minutes. Melt the chocolate according to the package directions, then drop a piece into the melted chocolate, drain the excess, and return it to the lined cutting board. Repeat with the remaining pieces, then return them to the refrigerator until the chocolate is set. And that's it. Okay, let's have a taste. Slancheva! Wow. Crisis 100% averted. The caramel nougat and peanut butter work really well together. The salty, nutty sweetness is just delightful. It's got a super chew to it, and the crunch of the peanut bits just adds to the experience. Add a chocolate coating, and this is an absolute winner. If you're a fan of second chances, you really ought to try these. And yeah, Baby Ruth is still on my to-do list, so stick around for that one. I also used a when the caramels will melt. When the caramels are melted, why is that so hard to say? Caramels are melted.